Welcome back. So today we will learn about the various operators available in C++. We have the arithmetic operators, that is plus, minus, multiplication, and subtraction. Then we have the assignment operators, relational operators, logical operators, increment operators, decremental operators, and conditional operators. So just told the arithmetic operators include addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. So you can see the various usages. The arithmetic operators are used to perform common mathematical operations plus addition. So it adds together two values x plus y. Suppose you're defining some z is equal to x plus y means if you already define what is the value of x, what is the value of y, then z will give x plus y value. Subtraction, it subtracts one value from the another, like x minus y. Multiplication, x into y. Division, then we have the modulus operator. It retains the division remainder. Okay, suppose you are dividing 10 by 3, there will be some 3.33, so the remainder will be returned here. Then you have the increment operator. It increases the value by 1. Suppose some x is equal to plus plus x. Then, if the initial value was 5, then the new value will be 6. It's equal to x plus 1. We have decrement operators. So the nominal values are directed by one value. Value means the unit value 1. We'll see a problem. Hash include input output string using namespace std. So the header file once again. So now you should be thorough with the program syntax. You have hash, very important. Hash include the arrow mark, input output string, closing the arrow. This is very important. If you missed even this symbol, then the program won't run. So hash include. There's no space between hash and include. Then after that a white space is there. So we already learned that even a white space is having some meaning in C++. So very clear. Hash include is a common one, as a combined one with no spaces in between. Space, then the arrow, input output string, the short form, then close. So there is no semicolon for the first line. Then using namespace std, we have learned why this namespace std is provided. Otherwise, we have to give the std double columns for all the cout and cin operations. So we are defining this general using space namespace space std, then semicolon. So this is very common for all the C++ language header files. We have the so in this header file is called as a library file, and this is two are either in the header file and it's common for all the C++ program. Then we have the integer space main. So we will be defining only the integer value here. We can add only the all numbers. Integer space main, then bracket, starting of a program with a curly bracket. Integer x is defined as 5, semicolon. Integer y is defined as 3, semicolon. C out x plus y. So C out will be the addition of x and y, semicolon, return 0, semicolon, curly bracket. So we will getting 5 plus 3 out as C out. Very clear. Suppose you want to put sum is equal to 8, then you have to keep C out, this arrow mark, then in inverted commas, sum is equal to x plus y, closing of the inverted commas. Similarly, we have to know the incremental operator. Same, hash include input output string using namespace std, semicolon, integer main, bracket. So these three lines are common. is known. The only thing variation will come if you are not defining integer. Floating value, decimal value if you are putting, this should be float. Or string it is, then it will be a string, or even character means char. So this will be the variant, first variant in any program. And also there will be some additions. If you require the input or manipulate, you have to include next line hash include arrow input output manip IO manip, and also you can add the different header files as required. This will be the common one. Okay, so coming to our problem, integer x is equal to 5 semicolon plus plus x. So the value will be increased by 1. See out x. So the value here got changed. So 6 will be displayed directly the value, because we are not giving any inverted comma string values here. Directly 6 will be displayed as it is added by one value. Then we have the assignment operators. Assignment is basically to assign the values to a new variable. Like the operator equal to c is equal to a plus b. That means the a plus b value will be given to the c variable. Then c plus is equal to a. C plus is equal to a means it is equivalent to c is equal to c plus a. So c plus a is equal to a is meaning c minus is equal to a is means the c is equal to c minus a. C into means c into a will be equal to the c no c value. C by a will be equivalent to the no c value, and the modulus means c modulus a will be equal to the no c value. So these assignment operators are very important. See a problem of that. The assignment operator. Assignment operators are used to assign values to the variable, which we have seen that. Okay, hash include input output stream using namespace std with the semicolon integer main bracket curly bracket integer x is equal to 10, x plus equal to 5. Very clear. X plus equal to 5. That means the new value of x is equal to x plus 5. So we have x is equal to 10. So 10 plus 5 will be the new value. So 15. Similarly, can you guess the value for this one? See hash input IO stream using namespace std integer main double x equal to 5. Okay, double x equal to 5. X by x divided equal to 3. That means the new value of x is equal to x by 3. So 5 by 3 will be the new value. It is 1.667. Then we have the comparison operators. It is also called as the relational operators. The various operators include equal to, not equal to, greater than, less than, then greater than or equal to, less than or equal to. First is example x equal to y. It is basically comparing whether the value of x is equal to y. X not equal to y. It's to state that the value of x is not equal to y. Just to compare whether x is greater than y, whether x is less than y, whether x is greater than or equal to y, and whether the x is less than or equal to y. So every symbol has got its own meaning. Then we have the C++ logical operators. The logical operators are used to determine the logic between the variables and values. So it is basically to compare two statements. Okay. We have and, or, and logical not. So if x is less than 5 and x less than 10, suppose we are giving a value and we are comparing with these values. So this returns true if both statements are true. Suppose we are giving a value of 15. So 15 is less than 5. It's not correct. And 15 is not less than 10. So these both are false, and so it will be going as false. Suppose you are giving 8. 8 is less than 5. It's not correct. 8 is less than 10. It's correct. Even if here only one value is correct, then also it is false. If both, suppose it's 3. 3 is less than 5 and 3 is less than 10. If both are correct, then the true will be returned back. That's true if both the statements are true. That's true only if one of the statements is true. Like either this statement or this statement is true, then it will be true. Suppose the value is 5. So x is less than 5 is not correct, but x is less than, sorry, if you're giving 5, then both are not correct. Suppose you're giving value 4, then also some problem is there. If you're giving 4, then 4 is less than 5 is correct. 4 is not less than 4. So only this statement will be correct. Even this will be taken as true. And also we have the logical note. So if not, reverse the result, return false if the result is true. So this is basically a change of the result. Whatever we want to, if you want to get the values true, then you should give a false statement. So whatever the correct thing happens, if you're giving a logical not operator within the bracket, then the reverse of that result will be displayed. And these logic operators are used to determine the logic between variables or values. The next important one is the C++ increment and decrement operators. We have just seen this one. The increment operators plus plus adds 1 to its operand, and the decrement operator subtracts 1 from its operand. So if x is equal to x plus 1 is the same as x plus plus. So instead of defining x is equal to x plus 1, we can just give x plus plus, which will automatically add one value to the x value. Similarly, the minus minus. Then one more important thing is that it's a pre and post increment. So we want to increase the value, but there are two operations, pre and post increment. In the case of pre-increment, plus plus I, before assigning the value to the variable, the value will be incremented by 1. So, if you are giving a pre-increment plus plus I, before assigning the value will be incremented by 1. If you are giving I plus plus after the variable, then only after assigning variable only the value will be incremented. We will see a problem to make it clear. We have the header file hash include iostream which means std semicolon integer main bracket curly bracket integer I equal to 5 defined I value as 5. See out the pre-increment value. So this will be directly printed then I. So directly the pre-increment value I. So the first layout will be the pre-incremented value with the colon I value is 5. Okay, then while plus plus I is less than 10, see out I. Okay, so this is actually tab. Tab means a space in between, a white space is created in between. So the 5 will be added on in this statement while plus plus I. Plus plus I is a pre-increment. So when this condition is executed, the value will be 6. 6 because in the pre-increment directly the value is increased here. So the first analysis will be 6. Very clear. Suppose if it was I plus plus, then the first value will be only 5. After assigning only it will be taken. So as we are defining plus plus as a pre-increment, 6. 6 is less than 10. Yeah, correct. So this will happen. So 6, 7, 8, 9. Till 9 it will come. Okay. And in the case of C out, the post incremental value, while I plus plus is less than 15, C out T I returns 0. So we are defining I plus plus, that means post increment. After assigning the value to the variable, the value is incremented. Yeah, that means you can see here. Here 5 is here, then plus plus I. So before assigning the value to the variable, the value is incremented by 1. Yeah, so you have first value 5 here. Suppose in the pre-increment the value is not added here before the execution. So 5, then 6, 7, 8, 9. Because 10 for 10 the value this condition won't hold correct. So we have 9 at last. Then when it comes to the post incremental, so the 9 was the latest value, and the 9 plus 1, 10 will be coming here. 10 less than 15, 10 till 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Okay, I think it should be it should clear with this one. See, very clear. That means the pre-increment is before assigning the value, it is incremented by 1. So that means that here the 5 will be the initial value. Then only this command will be executed. So 5 is there, 6, 7, 8, 9 is there. But when it's increased to 10 and then going to compare, then you can't compare the values going out of the loop. Then we have 9 here, and here the values increased and then is compared. So 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15 will come here. We have the conditional or ternary operator in C++. The conditional operators is kind of similar to the for if else statement, as it does follow the same algorithm as of if else statement, but the conditional operator takes less space and helps to write the if else statements in the shortest way possible. Suppose you want to check whether if y is less than 10, var is equal to 30, else the value is 40. So this is your program. So in this program you need to provide a value for the y. You need a C input. Okay. Suppose you are giving a value of 9. If you are giving input 9, y is less than 10, it's correct. Then variable 30 will display here. Suppose you're giving 15, then this condition is wrong. Directly it will come to the var equal to 40. This can be this for line statement can be replaced by a single line statement like this, where var is equal to in bracket y less than 10, then 30 or 40. So var is equal to this condition will be executed. If it is correct, then first 30, wrong 40. So we can replace with a conditional or ternary operator in C++. We will stop for today. Thank you.